tonight on the news at 3. President Tinubu sues support of National Assembly on proposed military action in Niger Republic. Tough time awaits any naval personnel caught in the act of criminality, says Chief of Naval Staff Rear Admiral Ogala, and Lagos State government hands over installer of faulty elevator to police over Dr. Diasu's death. Good afternoon. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. My name is Helen Eric Jeminiwa. Many thanks for joining us. The Chief of Naval Staff Rear Admiral Emmanuel Ogala has debunked the rumors flaunting social media platforms that military personnel are involved in oil theft, warning those perpetuating the fake news to desist from the act. He stated this while addressing newsmen at the NNS Pathfinder shortly after his visit to the naval base in Port Harcourt, River State. Emmanuel Emeyonu was there, and his report is presented from our studios.
The Chief of Naval Staff Rear Admiral Emmanuel Ogala described the allegations dotting the social media as unfounded, condemnable, and baseless. He explained that the Nigerian Navy is known for discipline and would not tolerate any form of criminality that could tarnish her integrity and the nation, as according to him, most allegations are without proper background. He assured that any personnel caught in the act would face appropriate sanctions according to the Armed Forces Act.
Somebody will just see a vessel somewhere, he will say, oh, the military are involved. He doesn't even know whether there's proper approval from NNPC for that vessel to load. But he will put it on social media that he saw some military men on board the vessel and that vessel is engaged in illegal bunkering without having the correct information. But whatever the case may be, anytime we receive such allegation, we investigate it properly. So far, our investigations have been showing that most of the allegations are not true. But each time we still respond to them by investigating properly so that if there's element of truth in it, we hold the personnel responsible and we apply the law according to the Armed Forces Act. It has a very severe consequence, ranging from imprisonment to dismissal.
Ogala, however, assured that he will extend the coverage of the maritime domain awareness and improve on surveillance through human intelligence and technology to combat crime in the maritime territory.
We don't want to be on defensive. We want to take the war to the criminals and get them even before they start the act. This we can only do through proper intelligence. That's why we're trying to extend the coverage of our maritime domain awareness capability, the Falcon Eye, to the backwaters, which is the creeks and the riverine areas, which is where most of these activities take place. We are going to do that, and with that, we believe we will achieve the desired objective.
The Federal Ocean Terminal FOT One, Naval Training School One, Naval College Eleme, Naval Medical Center Borokiri, Jetty at the Hydrographic School Borokiri, Naval Shipyard Limited, and the Nigerian Navy Ship Pathfinder Iwofe were areas the Chief of Naval Staff visited.
The invention of mobile phones for easy communication and business transaction purposes cannot be overemphasized. Be that as it may, its negative sides should not be overlooked, considering the fact that it affects the health of mobile phone users. Godspower Anele takes a look at the negative effects of the improper use of this device. The reports.
Mobile phones are long-range, portable and wireless electronic devices used for communication research and business, amongst other valuable transactions. For over 20 years now, mobile phones have replaced the obsolete nighttime communication operations thanks to the Olusegun Obasanjo administration. The benefits of using handsets are as myriad as their plagues. Godspower Anele interacted with the users of the mobile device who recounted its benefits.
I use it mostly in browsing, research, and other activities.
The phone handset is for us to communicate with our mouth, not to cover the ears.
Because when they teach you, what you will do is to use your phone and browse more to get more details and even advertise your product on your phone.
If I don't want to copy my note, I'll tell somebody to snap notes for me, then send.
When preparing
for my exams now, I don't read through my notes. I actually read through my phone.
You can also use it, video, what we call it video conferences. You can use it as a tracking system. You can use it as a means of even viewing your home.
What are some of the bad effects of using the handsets, such as the use of an ear cord? Favor, a student and other respondents recounted their experiences.
If it's at the highest level, it has an effect on your brain. Yeah, sometimes when I listen to music and it's very loud, most times I get migraines or headache from it.
They block their 2 ears and you find out that motor will be blowing horn, they will not hear. Sometimes some people can just get accident and just die.
Yeah, when the volume is too high or so, and when applying it every time. Some people sleep with it, even earpicks. Is actually bad.
It has also become a dubious bank for siphoning and duping people.
We put earphone on the ear while the phone is in our pocket, walking on the way. With that noise, playing music, with that, we will not hear the sound of any vehicle coming. And that has resulted to the death of so many people. You see, where accidents happen, victims are in problem. And instead of people to assist them, they are busy videoing.
Doctor of Philosophy, Guidance and Counseling, Psychology of the Department of Educational Foundations, Faculty of Education, Rivers State University, Dr. Patricia Ella Okim-Abo, explained that careless use of ear devices by the youth could cause ear and brain cancers and lead to untimely death. She advised on how to use handsets.
It's a menace to the society. We are losing vibrant young children that are not supposed to die like that, but carelessly they die. By the time you allow these things go into your brain, you are destroying yourself. Before you know, you begin to hear cancer of the brain, tumor of the brain, this, that of the brain. And you too, sometimes it goes to the heart. And they have been telling us that using phone, that the battery is even low, to talk, you put it on the ear, that it damages the brain too, and the ear. So we should take caution of this. Some people are suffering now. You hear them, I'm having a bite in the ear. And parents are spending money for them. Prevention is better than cure.
Traditional custodians of the law of the land were not left out as they condemned the unhealthy use of devices such as the handset.
It has its pure disadvantage, where parents also need to sit to really view what the children are viewing on the thing. Sometimes we allow our children because of freedom of whatever thing, but at the same time we have to be very careful with phone. This handset is also very destructive. It has created a lot of problems, even in between wife and husband. A lot, because of I saw the man is looking so handsome, the baby is so handsome, and then you follow. The next you don't know you're going to a doom. So we have to be conscious and be careful when we are using phone. Government should be able to enact a law so that you don't be carrying phone, earphone is your ear, even they are blowing serious horn behind you don't know.
These new innovations are creating more problems to us. And so I advise parents not to buy expensive handsets for their children. There are many suffering along the streets who need those money.
The endless adverts on the proper use of handsets by skate makers all over social media platforms are sufficient to educate the populace on the proper use of such gadgets. But would they make it good? Remember, there are dire consequences.
President Bola Tinubu, in a letter to the Senate and read at the plenary by President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has sought the support of the National Assembly on the proposed military action and other sanctions planned by Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, against the military officers who recently seized power in Niger Republic. President Tinubu, who is also the chairman of ECOWAS, had on Sunday met with some fellow ECOWAS leaders and they agreed on appropriate ways to restore democracy in Niger. As part of the resolutions of the extraordinary summit of the regional bloc, ECOWAS said it would explore all measures necessary to restore democratic governance in Niger, including the use of force. Soldiers from the presidential guard had last Wednesday deposed President Mohamed Bazoum, thus truncating the constitutional political leadership in the West African country. Meanwhile, federal government says it is not ruling out a military action in Niger, but is prioritizing diplomacy and dialogue. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Ibrahim Lamouwa, declared Nigerian government's position while briefing the diplomatic correspondents on political situation in neighboring Republic of Niger. The government said military action would only be the last option to restore democratic rule in Niger. only if diplomatic solution and dialogue failed. Lamoua said subsequent to the military coup led by General Abdourahmane Tishani in the Republic of Niger on the 26th July 2023 and the illegal detention of the democratically elected and constitutional installed President Mohamed Bazoum, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his position as the chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Governments, has led the organization in efforts aimed at arriving at an agreeable resolution to the crisis. He added that other actions taken so far by the authority aimed at pressuring the plotters to restore stability and constitutional order include closure of land and air borders between ECOWAS countries and Niger, institution of ECOWAS no-fly zone on all commercial flights to and from Niger, suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger. In another development, senators from the 19 northern states of Nigeria have warned ECOWAS against any military actions in the Republic of Niger. The spokesperson for the Northern Senators Forum, Suleiman Kawu Sumaila, condemned in its entirety the unfortunate development in Niger, where the military forcefully upstaged a democratically elected government of President Mohamed Bazoum. The senators also took cognizance of the efforts of the ECOWAS leaders under the chairmanship of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in resolving the situation in Niger Republic and emphasized that it should be on a political and diplomatic means to restore democratic government in Niger. They, however, took exception to the use of military forces until other avenues are exhausted, as the consequences will be casualties among the innocent citizens who go about their daily businesses. Vice President Kashim Shettima has received the briefings on the operations of two agencies under his supervision, the Niger Delta Power Holding Company and the Bureau of Public Enterprises. The Vice President met with the chief executives and management staff of the agencies in his office at the State House in Abuja, where they made presentations on the mandates, especially challenges and contributions to the economy. While assuring them of proactive leadership, Shettima charged the BPE and the NDPHC managements to remain focused in realizing the transformation agenda of the Tinubu administration. The Vice President is chairman of the board of NDPHC and also chairman of the National Council of Privatization, the supervising authority for the BPE. The delegation from the NDPHC was led by its managing director, Chiedu Ugbo, while the group from the BPE was headed by its director general, Mr. Alex Oko. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. Ahead of the news at 3, Pakistan ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan given 3-year jail sentence. Details in a moment.
Countryman, better don't come. Oh yes, our communities go begin enjoy better benefits as host communities from oil companies where they operate for our community. According to the new Petroleum Industry Act (PIA), communities go get 3% from the oil companies where them don't keep to take develop our communities. But me and you as community and even the oil companies, everybody get responsibility to protect our oil wells and pipes from vandals and avoid spillage. That is why Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) in partnership with River State government, they organize program to open our eye and teach us, make us understand. They call them Petroleum Communities Engagement to understand the 3% OPEX, their sustainable development and participatory rights as contained in the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA) 2021. And on Tuesday, 8 August 2023, the program will take place for Dr. Obiwale International Conference Center along GU Aki Road for Port Harcourt. Countryman, come make we learn and know our responsibility and benefits to make our communities develop well. The Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) RC, and Rivers State government, they send this message.
This is RSTV World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. RSTV, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. The World Bank has endorsed bold steps taken so far by President Bola Tinubu to solve Nigeria's problems, saying he is determined to do the right thing and is taking the right step. World Bank President Ajay Banks, who gave the positive review of the present administration while speaking with the newsmen after meeting with President Tinubu at the State House Abuja, also gave a commitment that the world #1 financial institution would be with Nigeria through the process. According to Banga, President Tinubu is doing everything that Nigeria needs to survive and correct its current situation, adding that without it, Nigeria will constantly be in an unsustainable deficit. The World Bank boss further noted that the difficult part is how to pull through the current process for the next few months, even as he encouraged that Nigeria be nurtured to become the African champion, so the rest of the world will see the country as a rallying point for Africa relations. As the 2023 Senior School Examinations gets underway, the Registrar of the National Examination Council has vowed that it will not tolerate actions that undermine the integrity of its examinations across the country, including examination malpractices. NECO Registrar Professor Dantani Wushishi gave the warning in Jos while briefing newsmen after touring some schools to monitor the ongoing SSCE examinations in Plateau State. Some of the schools visited by the registrar include Air Force Boys Secondary School, Jos, Kings and Queens Academy, Emmanuel International College, among others. The registrar said over 1 million candidates registered and will set the ongoing 2023 Senior School Certificate Examination. Lagos State government says the installer of a faulty elevator that claimed the life of a medical doctor, Viare Diaso, at the General Hospital Odan Lagos Island has been handed over to the police for interrogation. A statement by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Strategy in the state, Olumide Shogunle, said an inquiry has commenced into the accident. Shogunle said the investigation panel will submit a report of its initial findings on Saturday, stressing that the panel also invited a lift expert to the accident scene to look at the lift and give a preliminary opinion. Meanwhile, the Lagos State chapter of the Nigerian Medical Association has declared an indefinite strike in 3 hospitals over the death of their colleague. And on the foreign scene now, former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan has been given a 3-year jail sentence for corruption allegations. Khan was found guilty of not declaring money earned from selling gift he received in office. He denies the charges and says he will appeal. After the verdict, Mr. Khan was taken into custody from his home in Lahore. The former cricketer turned politician, 70, was elected in 2018 but was ousted in a non-confidence vote last year after falling out with Pakistan's powerful military. Khan is facing more than 100 cases brought against him since his removal. Charges, he says, are politically motivated. On entertainment now, Nollywood actor Jerry has finally, On entertainment news now, Nollywood actor Jerry Williams has finally addressed the reports trailing his suspension by the Actors Guild of Nigeria over drug abuse. Mavis Victor has more details.
In June, the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, in a statement confirmed the indefinite suspension of Jerry Williams over alleged drug usage. Addressing the issue during an Instagram live session, the film star refuted claims and tagged the narrative as hungry gossips.
So let them keep talking. I just say let me put an end to this plenty, hungry gossip and the rest of them.
He also revealed in another video that his suspension has been lifted and will be resuming work soon.
Guys, I want to let you know officially my suspension has been lifted and I'm going back to work. Sound, healthy.
Veteran Nollywood actor Pete Edochie has expressed shock as most actresses in Nigeria have left their husbands. He spoke about the rate of failed marriages in Nollywood in an interview, making reference to Chioma Akpota, Ireti Doyle, and Tonto Dike's failed marriages.
Most of our girls who got married some 2-3 years ago have all left their husbands. They've been shocked to hear that Chioma Akpota has also left their, Ireti Doyle and,
He urged women to take their wedding vows seriously and remain in their marriages as it is for better or worse.
You take a vow when you're going to get married for better, for worse. Not for better for us, for better, for worse.
And finally, the family of late superhero actor Saint Obi has announced the funeral arrangement of the deceased actor as he will be laid to rest in his hometown in Imo State. Recall that the popular actor reportedly passed away on Monday, May 8, 2023 at 57 after battling a protracted ailment. May his soul rest in peace. Mavis Victor, RSTV Entertainment.
Indeed, our own Saint Obi, may your soul rest in peace. Moving ahead, and in sports, goalkeeper Mary Epps says England is not afraid of any country left at the World Cup Women's 2023 ahead of the round of 16 showdown with Nigeria's Super Falcons. The two footballer nations have been tied together for a mouth-watering showdown in Sun Cup Stadium in Brisbane, with a place in the last 8 of the tournament at stake. Serena Wegman's Lionesses are undoubtedly the favorites heading into the contest after winning all 3 group games on their way to the top of Group D. The Super Falcons, on the other hand, could only pick a second-place spot behind co-host Australia in Group B after collecting 5 points from their 3 group games. England have only been beaten once in their last 35 matches under Serena Wegman, making this contest a daunting task for the 9th-time African champions. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. Many thanks for joining us on our news at 3. My name is Helen Eric Geminiwa. Good afternoon.